Ramadan, 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 Ramadan. The new moon we've come upon, the month of fasting has begun. It's time to purify the hearts, and so we welcome Ramadan, Ramadan.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Salma Abrams. I am currently the grade 3 teacher at Ghazali College and also the head of the foundation phase. I've been living in Pretoria for 6 years now. I'm originally from Cape Town, and I've also been a teacher while I was in Cape Town. Okay, in keeping with the values of our school, especially the one of compassion, we strongly encourage our learners to engage in charity. It's important for learners to know the purpose and the importance of this holy month. So we've implemented an iftar program where we host learners from underprivileged backgrounds, and families have actually donated goods, and then we host them for a nice dinner. And then we also have a hampers program where our learners donate goods and they make up hampers to give to the underprivileged during the month of Ramadan and on Eid Day. And so we carry on with our dhikr program on a Friday. Of course, this time during Ramadan it's a bit more intense, just to carry on with the habits of Ramadan. And so that's sort of a culmination of the efforts that we make to sensitize our learners to the plight of the underprivileged people. Of course, at any school, you know, the learners are naturally tired, weak, but we find that they have strong will, and so they manage to cope and they get through this. Of course, for our older ones, when it comes to examinations, there's less time to prepare, but somehow they manage to pull through. And if I think of last year when we were in the heart of Ramadan for our examinations, they managed to cope well. And so our challenges that we face seems to be more that of just energy and getting through the actual day. However, at our school, we've shortened the day a little bit for the learners, and so they can do maximum dhikr at home and get more out of this holy month. You know, at the end of the day, a child is a child regardless of their background. Living in the Western Cape, living in Gauteng, all children are the same. Their circumstances might vary, but a child is a child. And so as a teacher, one thing that's been evident throughout my years of teaching is that during Ramadan, there's definitely a more peaceful ambiance amongst Muslim teachers and children, and I think it comes with the feeling of Ramadan, you know, the feeling of peace and serenity, and also in the spirit of giving and respect for one another. I would like to wish everyone well for the upcoming month of Ramadan, from my family to yours, especially our family in Cape Town that we're missing so much, the Abrams, Davids, Hanif and Basadine, and have a beautiful, peaceful and meaningful Ramadan. Shukran.
We fast in the month of Ramadan. We fast from sunrise to sunset. We do not eat or drink while fasting. The Quran was revealed in the month of Ramadan. Ramadan is the month of the Quran. We perform 20 rakats of Salah in Ramadan and complete the Quran. It's called Salatul Taraweeh. We perform after Isha. There is a special night in Ramadan which is equal to 1,000 nights. It is seen in the last 10 days of Ramadan. It is called Laylatul Qadr. People go in seclusion in the masjid in the last 10 days of Ramadan. Those 10 days is called itikaf, and people perform a lot of ibadah and good deeds in those last 10 days. Almost of end of Ramadan. On the last day of Ramadan, Allah will reward you with a special day called Eid al-Fitr. Ramadan, the doors of Jahannam is closed and Shaitan is locked up in it. All the doors of Jannah is open, and a special door, Ar-Rayyan, is open for the fasting person in Jannah. Our good deeds are increased many folds in Ramadan.
Allah's beloved, send peace upon Muhammad.
Ramadan is the month that is blessed. Ramadan is the month we love best. The month in which the Quran was sent. A time of great blessings in which to repent. Fasting for Allah is a great Muslim deed. Controlling desires and suppressing greed. La ilaha illallah.
Ramadan is coming, increase your iman. Ramadan is coming, recite the Quran. Take suhoor in the dead of the night. No eating or drinking during the daylight. Refrain from bad deeds and repent your soul. The pleasure of Allah is our only goal. La ilaha illallah.
Even if it's Allah, remember your Lord and wait until you start to earn your reward. Fasting is one of the gifts of Allah,
Given to believers to increase taqwa. We pray to Allah to put right our hearts. Ask for forgiveness from Allah and make a new start. La ilaha illallah.
Raising our hands, we ask for His rahmah. Ya
and so we welcome.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Yushra Ibrahim and my name is Hena Umar. Today we will be talking about when we first started fasting. When we first started fasting, we were at the age of 5 and found it difficult. We were fasting half a day but not the full month. By the age of 7, we started fasting full days. As time went by, we got into the habit of fasting. It became easier and now we can't wait for this Ramadan. Ramadan is a very holy month. You get lots of sawab if you fast at least half a day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves those who fast and those who make effort to fast. My favorite part of fasting is waking up for sehri. Our moms used to prepare something very yummy for us to eat while we get the drinks. After we eat, we would wait for the adhan and pray Fajr Salah. Iftar. Iftar is when we break our fast. We wait for the siren to go and then pass around dates. We love Ramadan. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Aman Noor Muhammad.
And my name is Razin Regal.
And we are from Ghazali College in Erasmia. We wish you a blessed Ramadan. Jazakallah.
I drank water when I was fasting. I broke my fast. Don't worry, Allah provided you with water. Keep on fasting. That was our meaning of our song.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdurrahman.
And my name is Dayan.
Today we will be telling you about our first experience in Ramadan.
My first full Ramadan was when I was 7 years old. In the beginning it was very easy and exciting, but towards the end it was a bit challenging. Through the greatness of Allah, I managed to keep all my fast during that month. On the last day of fasting, my family and friends came over and brought me a cake with lots of gifts. So if that was good, then just imagine what the reward in Jannah will be.
I first started fasting at 4, but the only thing it wasn't full day, it was quarter. As the years went on, I started fasting the full day. Now I can't wait for Ramadan. Ramadan is the month of peace and Ramadan is the best month. Have a great Ramadan. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum. Her name is Amina. And her name is Zahra. And today we'll be talking about when I first started fasting. When I first started fasting, I was 6 or 7 years old. When I first started fasting, I was 5 or 4 years old. For sehri, I either eat toasted cheese, eggs and more. For sehri, I would eat tea and drink. No, I would eat toast and drink tea. For iftar, we eat salim, samosas, pies, and my mom's delicious meal. When I started fasting full, my parents were very proud of me, like when I prayed my 5 salahs. When I first started fasting full, it was very hard to wake up for sehri. When the new moon shows, that's a sign that Eid is the next day. And we love Ramadan. Jazakallah. Thank you all for listening.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most gracious. All praises be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Lord of the world, the Master of the Day of Judgment, the Lord of the universe. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammed Adil and I am a grade 4 learner at Ghazali College.
My name is Mohammed Dayan and I'm a grade 4 learner at Ghazali College.
It gives me a great pleasure to deliver the short speech called Ramadan, the month of fasting, the Islamic month of fasting. Ramadan is a period of fasting, reflection, devotion, generosity, and sacrifice observed by the Muslims around the world. The word Ramadan comes from the Arabic root word parched throats and sun-baked grounds. It signifies the expressive hunger and thirst felt by those who spend the month in fasting.
Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar. Fasting in Ramadan is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. The reward for fasting are believed to be multiplied during Ramadan.
Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Erasmia. Today I will be talking about when I first started fasting. When I first started fasting, I was 7 years old. I started keeping fast for half days in the beginning. In Ramadan, my family and I made soup for the poor people. We also gave rolls with the soup. I feel happy when I give the poor people food. While I was fasting in Ramadan, I understood how the poor people feel when they don't have food. By going without food or water, Ramadan gives the Muslims an insight to know how it feels to be less fortunate, giving them a time to reflect and show the gratitude to Allah. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, when it is believed that the first revolution of the Quran is the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ took place. When the moon is sighted, celebration of Eid al-Fitr takes place. Jazakallah.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Aisha Arshad Muhammad. I am currently in Ghazali, grade 5. I'm 10 years old and I mostly like to do stuff that make me happy, like reading, because I like to imagine stuff a lot. So basically, I'm more into reading books and imagining what's happening than actually watching the real movie. I imagine that I'm fasting very well, so I tell my mother, "Mommy, can you please help me? What I really want to do is I want to fast so that when the day comes, I'm actually prepared to, I'm gonna stay hungry this way, I'm gonna eat that way. So I fast in the week, in 2 weeks time before. For example, my mommy told me yesterday, why don't you fast on Thursday? And my mommy said, why don't we all fast like a family? So we're gonna fast on Thursday like a family. And mostly my mother likes to tell us that fasting is a way of clearing your sins. And then I also miss that when I'm fasting, there's no lunch, and sometimes some people don't fast, so I have to watch them eating while I'm sitting and not being able to see anything. That's what's hard for me in Ramadan while I'm at school. I, Aisha Arshad Muhammad, on behalf of my family, the Muhammad family, wish you a very successful, happy and bright Ramadan. Jazakallah.
Ramadan, Ramadan, Ramadan. The new moon we've come upon, the month of fasting has begun. It's time to purify the hearts, and so we welcome